What, another hole saw video? You gotta be kidding me. Hi, I'm Ron Paulk, designer of the Paulk Workbench and the Total Station. If you want to get yourself a set of plans to build your own workbench, click on the link right here in the video. So I made a video about getting a good clean cut with a hole saw where a finished carpenter can use them. And then I did another video about, oh, what if you make the wrong size hole? How do you adjust it? Well, from those videos I got a couple of really cool comments and a couple of questions. So this video is going to address those. So I talked about cutting through my material with the hole saw about halfway, a little bit more, flipping material over and finishing the cut and getting a real clean cut. And a couple of you watchers, viewers, said, hey, you know, if you start your cut with the drill in reverse to get started, then switch it over and cut through part way, flip it over, do the same reverse, getting started, and then finish your cut with it going forward, you'll get an even cleaner cut. So I thought I'd give that a try here. So I've got it in reverse, and I started with it a little bit forward to get the pilot hole started, but when I got down close to the material, I reversed it. Now obviously I'm going against the cut or the angle on the teeth so it doesn't cut fast, but I did get it kind of scored or burned in there. Now I'm going to push it forward and go part way through. Sure enough, it is a cleaner cut. I got less fraying, and also I was told that with the bigger bits, some of the guys noticed they get a little bit of wobble, so the hole isn't perfectly circular, and that by reversing it in, you help sort of set an edge, and then you're able, the bit would follow that. So that's a good tip. Thanks for that. One of the questions that was asked a couple of times is, how do you get the plug out of the hole saw? Well, first, if you cut from both sides, a lot of times the material is not going to be very deep into the cutter, particularly in the smaller ones. This one's a little harder because it's a little bit bigger, but I can get my fingers on it and sort of pry it out. You can see it kind of coming out there. The other option you have is on all hole saws, there is a hole on either side or a slot all the way around. And in some cases, there's an angled slot with some lever areas to lever off of. So you can take a flathead screwdriver and just stick it in those, whatever opening your hole saw has, and just, you know, just kind of work your way around it. And it will work it up off of the pilot bit until you can pull it off. So pretty straightforward. So that's two methods. One is, if it's not all the way in, you can just pull it off with your fingers. If it is in there a bit, you can work it up with a flathead screwdriver. Another way, when I'm doing lots of quick cuts, is I can actually back it off with the power of the drill, and I'll show you that method. Now on this one, I'll cut all the way through from one side. So I cut through all the way through, so the plug is well up in there. And what I found, if I just, on my arbor, it's kind of a lock-in. Instead of being tightened on, it's locked in place. And if I just grab the bit, and then I don't do this on the larger ones, but up to this size, just back it off, and then just take your pilot bit and poke it out. And I find that to be a real quick, efficient method when I'm doing a bunch of holes and I'm doing them all from one side. But typically I'm doing them from both sides because I'm a finish carpenter mostly, and I want the cleaner cut, so it's usually hanging out near the edge and I'm able to just pop it out. The next question I was asked by a couple of people was, what brand of hole saw? There's a lot of them out there, and I have a lot of different ones. Some I can't even tell what brand. Some of my larger ones, like the 5.5 inch, and these white versions, you know, they say professional X-Acto or something like that. I think these are exchange bits, the kind where you buy when they get dull, you get an exchange price on them. I know this one is. And so those are just my local hardware store. The other brand that I bought a bunch of over time was from DeWalt, and that was mainly because my local lumber yard carries this brand. But I will say that the most recent purchase I bought, it was time, I have a lot more hole saws than this, and a lot of them need to be thrown away. They're just old and dull, and I just need to check them out and get rid of them. But I needed some new arbors and a new full set of bits. So I picked these up from Lennox. I kind of went online and looked at these, and I actually got a freebie. I signed up on. They had they wanted to show off this new one with this side step method for just putting your screwdriver in the edge there, and you can just sort of wedge up the wood that's wood that's trapped inside. So I got a freebie sent to me, and I tried it out and I liked it. And of course they were nice and new and sharp, so they cut much better than my other ones. So I went ahead and bought, I think it was either the plumber or electrician's kit, and it came with both of the arbors, the one for the smaller bits, as well as the one for the larger. And a lot of companies do this, so this isn't special to Lennox, but I do like them where they're spring loaded. So all you have to do is pull the spring back and spin the bit on until it touches, and then just back it off and let the spring on. That holds it in place. Some of the older ones that I had way back had a nut that you had to tighten on, or you tighten the bit on, and then it was really tough to get it loose. So I like the fact that I can, no matter how much cutting I'm doing, I can spin these off. So I really like these Lennox ones. I'm not going to go out on a limb and say they're better than anything else. It's just the one I chose to get. Well, if you like these tool tip videos, be sure to subscribe, like the video. But most important, you know what I'm going to say, share it with others. Thanks for taking the time to watch. Have a great day.